Friends, 1087 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. It seems that Trump-Putin peace offensive is gaining momentum and it has enough shocks on the leadership of European Union, NATO, including UK, and probably they are planning their best with the help of Ukrainian armed forces and Zelensky to sabotage the peace that is proceeding forward. In the meantime, on the ground in southern war zone on Kherson front, Russians seems to have made some small advance towards Hola Priston in southwest Kherson, while in Zaporozhye, Velika, Novosilka directions, Russians advanced east of Novosilka and southwest of Rozliv. Coming to adjacent east in Novopavlivka direction, Russians expanded their control zone around Serebriana, that is Shribne and Nadivka. More from the Kurakhov sector, Russians advanced southwest of Dakhne. And as far as Andrivka is concerned, fight going on where Russians hold more than 85% and advancing northwest on the outskirts of Andrivka. Coming to adjacent Pokrovsk sector in Grodovskaya direction, Russians took over Vodyane Druh fully. And on the left flank of Pokrovsk, Russians advanced towards Udakni north, and fight is on in southern Kotlino, Zaverivo, and Peshanoe. The last one is under Russian army again. Russians also retook over Zelene Pole and advanced outskirts of Taraskovka along Buchok River. Here I would like to add that situation is pretty tough for both the armies as ceasefire is hanging on the horizon, and therefore both armies are trying their best, especially in Kurakhov-Pokrovsk sector, to gain the territory as much as possible. Toretsk Chasiyoyar positional battle continuing, while in Siversk Russian made gains as per ISW in Bilohorivka area and adjacent regions. Now coming to northeast Ukraine, Kupyansk, Swato, Crimea, Russians have expanded their control zone or call it bridgehead and or presence in the right bank of Oskol River towards the Vorikna area. They gained towards north in Novomlinsk and Fygolivka areas. North of Kharkov, no changes in Volchansk or Liptsy directions. Coming to now Kursk Oblast. Russians have consolidated their positions in Sverdlikovka area, while fight is on in Ruskoye Poroknoye, Ulanok, Kurilovka area. Ukrainians' counter-offensive from Makhnovka is in progress towards east and southeast direction. Interdiction missions continuing from both the sides. Russians hit industrial zone of Kramatorsk, Odessa port, Sumy, Kharkov, Zaporozhye regions, while Ukrainians carried out massive raid in Lipetsk, Voronezh, Rostov, and even there two UAVs reached Sochi, though intercepted and destroyed. Palestine, Lebanon, Israel, Middle East. As far as Hamas is concerned, it seems they have agreed to free another 3 Israelis in this weekend. Israelis operation on in West Bank, while IDF still holds position in southern Lebanon. Syria, in West Homs, HTS launched a campaign in Al-Qasir sub-district adjacent to Lebanese border and seized smuggled materials. However, later they tried to penetrate into Lebanon, but after local resistance and with the help of Lebanese army, they were thrown back to their own positions. It took almost 4 days of war. Sudanese armed forces are preparing on Sennar and Blue Nile fronts to launch offensive operations against leftover presence of RSF. What I said in my opening brief that there seems to be a shock after Putin and Trump's talk, as both Ukraine and European Union oblique NATO were sidelined. Estonian intelligence said that Russian Federation is building war capabilities to counter NATO, and in the meantime, there have been lots of offer to Ukrainian army, like 150 million and additional 4.5 billion pounds from UK, and will also be followed by, as per their capabilities, by Netherlands, Latvia, Germany, Norway, and hordes of countries. They seem to be in race and in a hurry to sell their weapons, arms, ammunitions which they had prepared earlier. Orban, on the other side, said that European Union has not earned a right to participate in negotiations on behalf of Ukraine. There have been cartoons and other various statements that Trump has surrendered to Putin. In the meantime, Trump, after meeting Indian Prime Minister Modi, managed lots of billions worth favor for defense, oil energy sector, artificial intelligence, and etc. As far as India is concerned, its economic and foreign policy sovereignty is under question. And that's all. Thank you, friends.